Enough with the personal opinions on chalk. Next, I decided that it was time for another professional's point of view. And that was how I met Dr. DeAndrea.
Hi, we're with Miss DeAndrea, and she's a scientist.
I'm a chalkologist.
A chalkologist. Where do you work?
I work at the Barnabas Institute.
That's very nice. Okay, so what do you study with chalk?
Well, actually, I've been studying the phenomenon of chalking.
Very interesting.
And I understand why you guys really love chalking, because look at all the great colors chalk comes in. But, did you know that this is all fake and it has dyes in it?
Really?
Yeah. So the dust can be harmful to your health.
What about regular white, plain, original chalk?
Old-fashioned chalk came from fossilized limestone. So there were actually little pieces of shell that were helping you write.
Really?
And actually, it was biodegradable. So it was actually good for you.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah. So if you're going to chalk, use the real stuff.
Be safe and use the real stuff.
Mm-hmm. Don't use the fake pretty colors. Don't let the colors get you.
Do you understand why some students possibly get obsessed with chalk?
Yes. It's the pretty colors on the black background.
Kind of pops out at you. Like if this orange piece was...
Did you take my chalk? You took my chalk.
I was just holding it. It was... Could I hold it?
Yes.
Is that okay? I'll ask next time, okay?
Okay.
Could I touch these?
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite type of chalk? Out of all of these right here.
I like the original.
The original. Have you ever chalked in your life?
Yes. I chalked every day for 30 years.
Every day for 30 years. Is it like you chalk now?
No, I retired from teaching, but I was a chalker.
You were a chalker? Hardcore?
Mm-hmm.
You were a hardcore chalker.
Yes. It was hard to give it up.
What are the possible withdrawal symptoms from chalk?
Okay, I had a runny nose all the time, and then I realized that my nose was always constantly clogged from all the dust. But now, I can breathe.
You can breathe?
Yeah.
So is it better that you're off chalk now?
Well, I understand why people do it, but I did it obsessively for 30 years. Kids are just doing it for the fun and the joy of color.
How did the chalk make you feel?
It makes you feel powerful.
Does it really?
Yes, when you can write on the board, and especially when you can.
So you like that whole nails on a chalkboard, but you use chalk, so it's chalk on a chalkboard.
The screeching of chalk. And do you know how you get the best screech?
How?
By using a whole piece of chalk and using the very tip.
Oh, so you analyze that over many years of teaching.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
That is.
See? I agree with chalkers. And go chalkers.
So if there's one last thing you could say to the people of the nation about how to feel chalk, any last words you could say about chalk, what would it be?
Go buy some and play.
There you have it. Go buy some and play. Thank you so much.
I had plenty of information on chalking, but one perspective was missing. What exactly is it that goes through the mind of a chalker? I decided that there was only one way to get an unbiased answer, and this is how I met one of the most amazing and most inspirational people I have and probably will ever meet. Her name is Chloe Savitch. She is a senior at St. Barnabas High School. Her favorite color is blue, and her favorite food is potato. She's 4'10" and a half and extremely intelligent. She is also a chalker. Now, for the sake of my documentary, St. Barnabas High School gave me and my crew permission to film in almost any location, and Chloe herself gave us permission to follow her with our cameras throughout some of her school days.
One of the first things that I found out about Chloe was that she and her art teacher, Mr. Agiros, were putting on an art show of many different pieces to show Chloe's artwork. She invited my crew and I to come see. Here, take a look. Hi, we're at Chloe's art show, and what an interesting art show it is. Come on, let's go interview people. I've been hearing you talk about chalk.
Yes, it's fabulous.
It's fabulous. What's your reaction to this one piece of artwork?
See, I have a lot of reactions to this one piece of artwork, because when it first came over, it made me feel so happy with all the different colors, and it's just like, it's not just white chalk. Like, some people think of chalk and they just think white, or sometimes yellow. But this has, like, pink and blue and green, and, like, maybe it shows, like, the different colors of her personality.
pink chalk in your hand? Is there a reason why you chose pink?
You take your chalk and roll it back and forth between your fingers.
Not really. Any chalk is amazing. Pink is great. So is it safe to assume that all of you are chalk users? Yes. Do any of you abuse the chalk? Well, I don't think so. And then in 6th grade, I was devastated.
She's writing what she likes.
It's white like
She left her signature
but it
here
doesn't use
at
chalk.
the bottom.
But it's white like
What's
chalk.
interesting
And
is that
it's
she used the
black.
blue, which is usually like a somber color.
Like a
It's
black
a
sword.
symbol of either tranquility or depression or even there's a somber nature to it. Even like an unsettled, kind of like the blue clouds of a thunderstorm.
You can see the chalk either way.
Then you have the straight lines where she's trying to gain a certain amount of control, and the diagonals would show a lot of dynamic action.
After seeing Chloe's positive effects on people that she met, and just how kind of a girl she can be, I started to begin to wonder, did she really abuse chalk?
Something interesting about Chloe is that her mother happens to be sending her to see a psychiatrist about her chalk addiction. This psychiatrist happens to be none other than Dr. Duggan herself. What does Dr. Duggan have to say about Chloe's particular case?
Chloe Savitch, age 17. Chloe is unlike children her age. She has a very peculiar case. Most children I interview have either bipolar disorder or, as seen here, they need a little encouragement in developing the behaviors usual, the norm to their age. Now, Chloe has a very, as I said before, peculiar and interesting problem. Chloe, in essence, likes chalk. Chloe, I took many notes today on this amazing young woman. She admits to stealing chalk from her teachers, her classmates, from anywhere she can find it. Chloe says that she has friends and that people tend to like her. She's positive. Now, she says these pieces of chalk call to her. Now, I'm not an expert in Satan, but I believe that when things call to you, they're being possessed by the devil. Now, that's not anywhere in any of my books, but I'm going to try and work harder on this problem. This young woman, obviously, is a cry for help. She can't get past this chalk barrier.
It turns out that Chloe is quite well known in the world of chalking. What did other people who have met her have to say?
I have a student by the name of Chloe Savitch. She broke my heart by becoming a chalker. She's a bright, intelligent young woman who now spends all of her time running around finding chalk, writing with the chalk, using the chalk, and causing all kinds of problems in the schools. My heart is broken because she's a wonderful girl. I wanted to get over the chalking. But if you know Miss Savitch, let's teach her a lesson. She has to stop chalking. Perhaps it would be best to send her to a place where she could discuss her problem with a doctor who understands the chalking problems of America. Anyway, she still is a very bright girl, but she's wasting all of her time. She doesn't study anymore because she's just chalking. She writes, I love chalk, all over everything. On the side of buildings, on blackboards, on this, that, and the other thing, and chalk is disappearing. And therefore, we also have a lot of money problems just due to one person. Now, you multiply Miss Savitch times thousands and thousands across the country, and that's going into almost $1 billion deficit in the chalk industry.